running quickly to the edge of the building. Looking into the skylight, hard to see anything in the dark above the roof edges, hoping that the roof above Voltgar has Cribby there, throwing the jar into the sky past the roof of the terrace houses to take the body left to be buried. Throwing hard with the fatigue, yet beating wings flapped in the night sky, chip of a bird as the container didn't fall or clang. The bird flapped away. Hope you can rest. May the earth take you to the next steps. It's hard to see the star go out. Walking back into the street with dancing shadows from torches flickers, he goes in alone to fight. About 35 bodies consumed, armor ripped out, guards scattered, and multiple pools of ink ooze, with pole arm in hand with a sharp edge into a halberd with reach. No longer distracted by feast, the wolf stepping off the pile of naked bodies, walk over to stand in the empty space of the blood, and looking down towards the alone figure, suddenly flapping a mythical inky bats start to fly out of the pools, and for each one reduces the size of the pool. With speed, the bats attacked without hesitation. In brackets, with 30 plus aura now spawns bats, that part of the beast, and what they consume gets transferred to the stacking consumption of the wolf, with instinct channels direction of bats, but not all can be actively controlled. End bracket. With speed of feet per second, they were able to swipe past, yet with a silver of pure, the speed slows drastically, getting close, and it's easier to batter them away. For each smack of the pole arm or slashing of the blade, the bat smoulders into ashy ilk and faded into nothing, hard to see in the dark night. Voltgar staring down the beast, ready to step in the moment notice, yet continues battering things, continue to be barraged with blood pools still draining. The wolf stares, looking for ways to deal with this small rodent. The desire pumping, heart racing, the raving, and the thirst too strong, yet able to keep level-headed for self-control, yet lost in its still. The beast most vulnerable when it can't tell what's really going on but feasting. Yet the body falls, so does the continue the hunt never ends. With careful strokes of paws, steps closer like a cat hunting prey. 15 feet, 13 feet, 12 feet, 11 feet. The attack distance continued, yet the figure keeps taking out bats and watching the walking wolf. 10 foot, The figure thrashes 5 sharp blades slicing through tough skin a wolf. One slammed into the metal part of the force, strong, making the feet of the wolf stumble as it lunges at speeds that some eyes trained can see. Majority could not. Voltgar in not category. Without warning, turning from attacks of the bats and throwing metal blades that stumbles the werewolf, it wasn't there anymore. Ahead, in the street, vanished. Behind, 15 feet away, looking away from the figure, breathless, the beast lumps of Invictus flesh and a rib bone, and some veins. With skin, turning to see the confused figure, unaware of the damage. The bats, seeing openings of flesh, starts their assault with more speed and concentration. Little pieces of skin flickering off in each hit, yet the blades and the pole knocking them away like flies. No care of the body, the figure continues to swipe attacks until it falls. Shifts, looking down, seeing the effect. A large open space into the body in a quick rush of pouring drink in the wound. And drinking it too. The whole side slowly regrows and the blood stops pouring. Then back to the normal. The pain subsides, returning to the continuous attacks. The wolf at the love of the flesh, now hatred, as his efforts as being throttled with ease. Healing wasn't the same back in the darkness.
How dare you mock the act of the hunt, my consumption, threatening my liquid. No one had that in the dark days.
Those dark age. Most people of races could not defend themselves. If you don't remember, it was easy to prey on the weak than the strong. Those who had copper tools and wooden huts have no way to deal with basic life, yet alone consumer of flesh.
You adaptive and a mentalist. You learned plenty by your ancestors. I fear them for the real challenge.
You send bats bloodied, sucking, and you fail to target and neutralize me. Maybe you like playing with food more than feeding. Wolf speeding with a lurch, slicing past the halberd swing, seeing it seconds before landing, able to dodge it and do another slice past the halberd swing. Metal claws this time, and arms to disarm the pole arm. In response, the metal walls raised up, isolating Voltgar from the wolf, yet above, the attacks of the bats continued, all 4 walls of pure silver. With one arm less damaged, the other arm able to reduce size of the pole arm to attack bats in the smaller confines. The pools finally ending, and the stillness as the flapping ended. Breathing work continues, resting little. The wolf confused by the walls, getting used to these abilities in a newer world. Seems that many 100 years were starting to counter to tide of evil. The stings from near miss pole arm arm ended, and now, the stings from the near Mrs. Pole's arm ended, and now with 2 feet standing, starts to use the metal paw to make fist to punch into the pure silver barrier. Creaking sounds heard within. The walls sound getting louder, breathing recovering as the assault sound continues. Thinking how to deal with the killer that can end you in seconds. Checking the pouches still got many sheets of silver to be used. Yet 2 health potions left. Some scrolls of bottle, scroll bolt, scroll of messaging, scroll of carrying bird, scroll of stealth, scroll of steel armor, good when you want to protect unarmed body, which needs peel of steel armor or wait for a duration to end. These items are not useful. I could wait for reinforcements to arrive. If they do, the sounds ended.
You can't hide forever, Elementalist. Your flesh will be mine.
Sounds again as the metal on metal continue, removing the 3 other walls, moving back 5 feet, extending the polearm, again getting ready for the cracking wall to be smashed. The armor throwing through cracks frail around, yet the pole arm hit against it, and a metal on metal. The pole arm bent, dealing bludgeoning damage to the arm, but not able to stop it from reaching out, nearly touching the cloth. Walking slower back, reshaping the halberd with strengthening the curve to a straight. The wolf hacking and slashing at the wall until it shatters across the pebble road. Shards, silver, quick bolt from the scroll hits the creature, stinging it with a bit of smoke. It's fading, using the healing potion to reform the scratched arm. Voltgar is ready again. Striking randomly to make hard for the wolf to find gaps to exploit, instead of speeding past the strikes of silver. The wolf walks up, grabs the pole arm with ease, and pulling it out of his hand of the figure, throwing it to the floor, scattering to the edge of the street near a stream for rain and runoff. Then the wolf, with the quick succession, slices across the front of the Invictus, getting all and smelly, able to smell the fumes of sweat, flesh and blood, stripping through the felts and the belts, the pouches and healing bits scattering all over the floor. Then the punched as the figure stumbles to the floor, as the wolf looks down at the open ribcage. Pulling at the air, the pole arm turned to a spear. Pulling at the air, the pole arm turned to the spear as it's flying, stumping into the fur. Flies stumping into the fur, flesh and piercing the lung of the beast, which starts to stumble above Voltgar, teeth and tongue out in the as the effect was playful, yet 40-ish bits of silver as nails, as paws step on them, exploding upwards into shards, thin silver blades, cutting, making ink ooze out as the silver stings, smouldering the flesh past the metal abomination changes. The spears flying in one at a time, that digging deeper, the wolf howling in panic, seeing the hands, arms and legs smoking.
Silver will beat me, worm.
As he reaches down, grabbing the leg of the human and then lifting up as if it is a stick, slamming the floppy body down to the floor, bones breaking, spines twisted inwards, the wolf eyes watering with ink as the stinging continues and the blades keep digging in, going past the veins, closing in to the body's vitals. Carry on with another opportunity, pulling Blaze out, paws, feet, and then land back in the with each step. Walk to the next, to human, ready to take bite of flesh as the hunger consumes steel. But the pain within continued, the more silver pouring into the veins, and the quicker the mist continues to flow. Before finishing the blow, the beast leeches back as the hunger turned to pure fear, as the vitals finally getting pierced. The heart of the beast within bleeding, ink oozing of the body, walking many steps back in agony. Voltgar's last breath clenches the air, making the silver continue to push hard into the beast. Then the wolf, falling, clawing at the silver, pleading and throwing bits away, not quick enough. Soon the beast on the back, rolling, the silver melting the body. No words said from Voltgar, now a corpse left alone in the dark street. Many lanterns twisting as the wind continues to blow in the night. Their distance, a cyan gem flowing over from the rooftops. The wolf continues to roll, then stops as the smoke pours all over the floor. Ilk finally stopped, as what remains is a wizard. Hated figure slowly walking and standing where the body of the wolf would be. Giyu is flabbergasted at the triumph of Voltgar. A low-skilled elementalist defeated a consuming monster. The possibles were not in the favour, yet looking at the mess of the street, it happened. The necromancer looking around confused, then seeing a body of elementalist, that thorn in its back, yet the gem using a spell to protect the corpse from being controlled, but unable to stop the speak dead. The body unable to stop the speak dead. The body of Voltgar mumbles answers to a necromancer. What happened to my body? Where's the wolf that took over me? And so forth. Yet the body falls limp again. You caused a lot of trouble. Casting another spell, yet the body rejected the cast and nothing happened. The gem flowing down and the necromancer suddenly aware of it. You old man, made this mess, your arcane leaking out, attracting beasts of destruction. You pick innocent and expect applause from a god of necromancer, you go to hell. I did this. The wolf did this. Why don't you give me what I demand? Suddenly, before a spell could be shot at the gem, a scroll of silence covers mouth of a necromancer, and unable to use rites or spells the rest of the day. Two largish armed men walking over with a woman beside a bird flying in the sky, and soon the other guards from the walls posts marching in unison, starting to make the street marked for inspection and safety, blockading homeowners from entering the street. Two looking generals walking over to top hatted man.
You will be sent to the capital with all the evidence to courts of Imperium to be trialed for death,
one says, then smashes a fist smacks into the old man, scrolling him into the ground near Voltgar's body. Then with a humph, two armed men grabbing and putting shackles on the arms and drags the necromancer away. How is he? Freely looking down at the corpse.
It will take days, maybe weeks, with the wolf aura. After the effect, healing and resurrecting you took a lot out of me, so I would not be able to proceed right now.
The other speaks.
Without the adventurers being independent from the Felts and the Empire, don't know who would deal with such threats this magnitude. Could have got worse with absence and distance of a trained. Thanks to you both, we have warning.
Right legs get on the stretcher, whatever's left the body, place on it, get to it. Moving on to the hotel, a large building designed for tourist visitors, divided by tourists, visitors from distant lands for events nearby, or to travel to the capital for a day and back, as Oakley is a stop-by large town. Rugs and paintings made well, high performance, kettle, stove, and bathing rooms, and large bed for rooms, side tables and other chairs. Laying the body on the white rags left for healing to be done in due time. Water and clean sheets replaced. Ophelia weeping, Crippy watching from the windowsill. In bird form, Ophelia sitting at a chair next to the bed.
The battle is over. I am sorry you both took brunt of this destructive. Many families safe from both of your actions.
IQ Gem, also in the room talking with a pulsation.
I studied that when wolf dies, that the lingering effect residue onto the healing reduces the effectiveness. Many for you to know is that this will take a week or two to recover. Completely unlikely your quick change. You will miss the festival video.
The figure in the lush linear cloths, who doesn't have a blade, as a healer instead. Husk, choosing the medical side of war, while Lauren chooses the military bloodshed. Both met in the battles for Empire. Their relationship is a man-to-man, but in the Empire, relationships are not a talking, and so it's very open and free. I like the Felts, on the other hand, and the other nations who feel one sex to another is correct. Empire may be old, but the ways of life are still humble under the Empire and the Oracle's guidance. Thank you for letting me know. Will you stay until it's done?
Yes, we stay. You proceeding with concert, or will you abstain? I understand if you do, extra artists can cover for you.
No, I shall continue as planned. Even with a mindful, it will do me good to distract while wait for Voltgar to return.
Right. I start soon. First, onto holiday wear. Off to changing rooms, Husk.
They both head off into another room they rented down the hall. Theo with Cribby and IQ left in the room. Holding hands with Voltgar, she mumbles, I will continue my life and take back the night and live. I want to heal. And we're going to end it here. Episode 11. And goodbye.